Good morning. I want to welcome you all today to our ACC Academy Graduation, and it's our fifth one, and every year I see so much new ideas, new excitement, new life, new things that we do, and it's just a really exciting time. I think a lot of it does come from the bridges that we build, which was the theme for the artwork. Amado Pena gave us the prompt of bridges, which he said was an acronym symbolizing moving from one point to another. B being for bold and courageous vision. R, respect for culture and legacy of the communities we serve. I, integrity of action in all we do and say. The programs we offer support integrity of the mission. D, developing our college family. G, growing the community. E, evaluating in everything we do and how we measure success. And S, strategic partnerships, alliances, and K-12, universities, nonprofits, and businesses. And so, we are really about building bridges, and the Academy allows us to not only build bridges within the community, but also with each other, within our campuses, our different departments, and making our network stronger so that, we are ACC and we are ACC strong. And so thank you for being here, all of those of you who support those in the Academy, the supervisors, friends, families, PLT, Dr. Rhodes, and we really appreciate you. And I'll leave you with this last thought before I turn it over to Dr. Rhodes. And I like this quote from John Maxwell, and he says, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." And so through our Academy year, you've learned a lot of things about yourself, about those around you, and about what you can do to help make ACC the best it can be. So thank you so much, and Dr. Rhodes.
First of all, let's give Christina and all of the people that helped her with the Academy a big hand. How many of you really enjoyed Amado Pena and painting with Pena? Yeah? So, now wait a minute. How many of you are proud of your artwork? Okay. I think it's great, actually. I'm a visual person, and I'm a person who uses acronyms a lot. And so that's how we came up with bridges. It's very fitting for Austin. It's Austin-centric to see the bridges and to use that as an acronym for what we believe in as a college and where we need to go. As long as we always, in everything that we do, we keep our focus on students and what's best for our students. How do we help our students be more successful? How do we build better bridges for them to accomplish their dreams, to get to the other side, or to reach the stars? But you think in those terms of everything that we do should relate to student success. And that's what I like about what has happened with the Leadership Academy, is it's built around student success, and it's developing leaders. So if you look at the acronym BRIDGES, the D is develop our team. Develop the leadership capacity and qualities of everybody that works here. Because when you do that, it leads to G, which is growing the community. And that's what's important. We have to change the community. I will give you an example of everybody should be in this conversation of how we change and how we improve both the economic level of our community, the educational level of our community, because they go hand in hand. You can't change the economic level of the community without changing the educational level. And so yesterday, I was at the Greater Austin Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I'm a new board member on that board. And we had a retreat. We had a workshop yesterday afternoon and evening. And as a part of that workshop is to talk about what is the vision for that chamber? Where do they need to be for the future? And so part of that is to talk about change and change leadership. And it talks about 3 different types of change yesterday. One is traditional. And you think about traditional change, and usually it's kind of incremental. It's slow change, and you're just doing it in slow increments. And it depends on what the needs are as to whether or not that's good or not. Another is transitional change. And that's taking a second look at what your mission is and how you accomplish that mission, how you evaluate that, and do you need to transition into something slightly different. Well, the last is transformational change. And that is where you begin to make some big bets on how do you make significant increase in your goal. And our goal is to help students be successful, whether it's to get gainful employment immediately, or whether it's to be successful and get the tools necessary to be successful to go to the university and complete a bachelor's degree. Is it to become a nurse? Whatever the goal is of that student, how do we help make that happen? And then, does it take transformational change to make that happen? Because when you take a look at metrics and you take a look at data and you say, okay, this number of students graduate from ACC, are we satisfied with that? And if we're not, can we afford to take the time to make it incremental change, traditional, or do we have to jump to transformational? And that's where leadership development capacity comes in, is in order to leap to transformational change, it takes people within the organization, within the institution, to make that happen. And that's one of the great reasons of having the Painting with Peña, is to force some of us who are probably not, I'm not the greatest artist, but I love painting with Peña, and every opportunity I have, I do it. And I'll tell you what happened last weekend. Kate and I, my wife and I, went to Houston to see our son and daughter-in-law over Mother's Day. Our daughter-in-law is expecting. She's due the last week in June, first week of July. So we were excited to see him and to see how big she was getting. And she's getting pretty big. So anyway, we were there, and my son decided to have a surprise for his mother. And the surprise was Saturday night. They wouldn't tell us where they were taking us. And so we were driving in Houston, and all of a sudden we get to this place. And it's, let's see, I think it was called Pinot and Palette. And it was basically painting lessons. And everybody paints. They have like 25 people, so it's wine and you bring your own food, and so you just have a good time. But it's about 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, and everybody paints the same picture, but every picture looks different. But they guide you through that. And what I always find when I go through that process of whether it's Painting with Peña or what we did last Saturday night, it forces me to think outside of my traditional box. It forces me to think on a broader scale, to open my mind, to kind of clear it out, and to visualize something different. And so I can look at that picture, but then when I'm putting it on canvas, I'm looking at it differently than the person sitting next to me. And I'm painting a different picture. But the picture is the same. The vision is the same, but how we get there may be slightly different. And that's why it's important to have all of us develop our skills and tools as leaders to add to that brilliant vision of students achieving their dream, regardless of what that dream is. So I hope you enjoyed the Leadership Development Academy. I hope you had a good time. I hope you feel that you gained some new, that's okay. Betsy, you can clap all you want today. No, I hope you gained some new skill sets that you can take back to whatever office, wherever you work, because you are truly a leader at ACC. And you know, the R is respect the culture and the legacy of the community, but also the institution, also the person. Respect the culture and legacy of the person who works here too. And I hope you got that out of it. So what I'm really excited about is to see the projects. And I am also excited because every one of those projects is built around one of the goals of student success. And adding that value to our student success efforts at the college is invaluable. And so thank you for doing that. And I'm excited. Have a great day. Does anybody else want to add anything like Kathleen? Ben, you're good. I didn't ask you if you were good.
I'm actually very interested to see the projects. Looking forward to see what you came up with.
And Mike was taking the last sip of coffee, clearing his throat because he knew he's next.
So I too am looking forward to seeing project presentations. I've actually seen one because we worked with that group and brought them together with the goal group to look at the project and say how do we actually integrate this into the work of the goal group team. So I think that's great. And I'm also really pleased to see how this has worked out, this different way of doing the academy over the year, because when we started the year, Christina and I discussed this, and we thought, let's try something really different than past academies. Let's do group work, align it with the goals and all that. But you never know when you change something that dramatically how it's going to go. So I think it ended up going very well. And so I think we're really pleased with where we are and look forward to the presentation also.
Okay, and I saw Soon sitting over here. Add to the conversation, Soon.
I thought I was hidden.
You tried.
I am also very excited to hear about all the projects. I do like the new idea of moving through projects and tying it to student success. I'm really looking forward to the fresh ideas. It's always good to get those fresh ideas from people, so I'm excited.
And I saw Stephanie. Stephanie leads the student success initiative here. So Stephanie.
I just want to say thank you to all of you. I had the opportunity to present to you earlier in the year. It's exciting to see what you're doing. And this collaborative effort, this is beyond imagination in terms of this 3 years of the Student Success Initiative and to see all of these. This really is, it takes a college. You guys are evidence of that. Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna recognize somebody who has decided to leave us, and give him a last opportunity to say something before he leaves us. But Imad is going to move away and leave ACC, leave the family. But you don't actually leave the family; you just move to another location.
Well, that family never leaves. Wherever I go. One of the things that I like about the academy is how much talent we have at ACC, and the academy brings that talent forward. And I talked to every one of you, and I know so much passion for ACC, for the ACC's mission. Don't use that aggressively to achieve something at ACC. You're the future leader when you have the opportunity to do it. So this is
Thanks, Imad. And we're going to miss you, but remember, you're coming back. And I'll wrap up with Shirley Gilbert. Shirley Gilbert started the Leadership Development Academy in El Paso when we were there, and that was like, I don't know, 7 or 8 years ago, and took a great deal of interest and did a lot of research before that academy ever started, and brought some of those ideas here and shared those with Christina. And so, Shirley, I give you the last word. And that's uncommon for me.
It's been a pleasure working with all of you. I had a chance to do one of the work sessions on appreciative inquiry, and first my washing machine died. I got to spend time with each one of you during that session. I also got a chance to work with the team that's working on Goal 4. Got a chance to see their interest. Now, leaving you with something, a couple of things I used to say to the Academy at El Paso when we had our graduation. I have two favorite songs. One is "You Are the Wind Beneath My Wings," and the other is "I Hope You Dance." And so with "You Are the Wind Beneath My Wings," you're never as tall as when you're lifting somebody else. And "I Hope You Dance" says, I hope you participate. I hope you're in the game. I hope you're at the table. Don't just sit around. You can lead from wherever you are in the institution. Do it.
Thank you. What more can be said? Can you sing it? No. Have a great day. Thank you.
And it's my pleasure to announce that we're going to start our project presentations, and we're going to go in order of the goals. And so if you look on the back of your program, we have each goal so you can identify what that is. They came up with team names, a project focus, and then you can see the team member names there as well. And so we're going to go from goal 1 to goal 5, and the teams will just be coming and setting up and switching through as we get done with each presentation. So goal 1 team, Persist Ants, y'all can come and set up.
Hi, I'm an ACC student.
Hi, I'm an ACC student, and I have questions about important ACC stuff like registration and advising.
Hi, I'm an ACC Student Services staff member, and I'm here to help students.
I'm an ACC student, but did I also mention I'm an ACC student ambassador? Come with me, my friend. And speed. Hi, I'm Susanna Erler, and this is Helen Daly, Stephen Bassett, Sarah Petty, and Michael Kelly. And we are Team 1, the Persist Dance. And we are called that because our mission was to develop a project that would support the Student Success Initiative Goal 1, increase term-to-term and fall-to-fall persistence. First of all, we'd like to thank the following people for your guidance developing this project: Dr. Kathleen Christensen, Cheryl Richard, and Tony Robinson. We are grateful for your support. At the start of this process, when the 5 of us were talking about possible activities that would help students persist in school and reach their goals, there was one thing that came up again and again: relationships. The success stories we hear so often include a significant relationship, someone who has a connection with the student, The idea of relationships planted the seed for our project. When we thought about relationships, we thought to ourselves, who sees students every day? Who is in the same social circle as the student? And who can quickly gain a student's trust? And who has the experience of being a student? An ACC student, that's who. So an ACC student can connect other students to resources. So this project is called the ACC Student Ambassador Project. And basically, the ACC Student Ambassador Project does this. An experienced ACC student will be an ambassador. The ambassador will make pre-scripted announcements in his or her own classes. The announcement will let classmates know that the ambassador is there to help and can make referrals to ACC resources after class. ACC staff members can't be everywhere, so this is one extra way to reach students who might not otherwise be reached. The student ambassador will be a personal peer link to help students with questions connect to ACC staff members with answers. Now, you may be wondering what one of the in-class announcements will sound like. Here's an example of one of the 4 announcements.
Hello, I am Michael, and I am your ACC Student Ambassador. My main goal as an ambassador is to help you stay in school and reach your academic goals, and I can connect you to the right person to assist you. Here's how it works. If you have a school issue related to staying in school, such as registration, financial aid, and tutoring, see me after class. I'll make sure you get connected to the right ACC staff member who can help you. Here is an important tip. If you think you might need to drop a class or withdraw, see an ACC staff or faculty member before you do. There are sometimes negative consequences to making a change like this, so stop before you drop. Remember, see me after class, today or any class day. I'm here for you. If you have any questions, I'll connect you to the right person to help you, because it's important to stay in school and reach your goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Hi, everyone. My name is Stephen Bassett. A little later, we will go into more details about this project, but next we'll talk about the need for this program that will strengthen a sense of community, offer a helpful peer guide, and reinforce the persistence tools. For the problems of ACC peer group involvement, in-class connections, and awareness of important information and ACC resources, what ACC is lacking is a student who knows in class to connect a student with questions to staff with answers. On the screen, you will see the student persistence rates for ACC. Looking at the topmost green bar, you will see that the persistence rate for fall to spring 2011 was 65%. That means that there were 35% of students not continuing their studies at ACC during this time period. If you do the same thing from the data from fall 2009 to fall 2010, the number of students nearly doubles. The average persistence rate of all community colleges was 56% across the same time period. Our persistence rate was 42.7%. From the Since 2012 survey, 48.6% of students that enter ACC state that they have made early connections in the college. Compare this with the top 10% of this benchmark, which is 66.1%, and we need some improvement. In the Dean Area Dialogue responses of the FY 2012 data retreat, a major point is the need for student connection with college resources to help with student retention. Alexander Aston, a respected researcher of college student persistence, said, "The single most powerful source of influence on the undergraduate student's academic and personal development is in peer groups." At ACC, we have many wonderful opportunities for students to become involved, and yet this persistence rate still suffers. So, what is our team's solution to that problem? Here's Sarah to inform you.
A designated student ambassador is a member of the Student Life campus team. They will perform outreach and connective activities to students in his or her own classes as a way to support ACC student success and persistence. Student ambassador's first priority is to connect students with questions with qualified staff with answers. The student ambassador will make referrals and will not be expected to be a walking encyclopedia of information. The student ambassador will connect students in her classes with staff or other ACC resources that can help. The student ambassador will be given a kit that will have 4 pre-written script announcements, including days that the announcements should be made, and the announcements will be no more than a minute long to not take up extra class time, and they will have the instructor's permission. The students will be encouraged to ask questions after class so they will not take up additional class time. The student ambassador will also write success tips in the corner of the board on each week. These tips can reach more students in subsequent classes. Example success tips are, do you know your ACC ID? Here's how. Registration starts soon, check for holds, and fast for priority deadlines coming up. Our team will be delivering items regarding the student project to Student Life later on this week. And here's Helen to tell us more about the Student Ambassador Program.
Thank you, Sarah. So how will this look? Let's check the number of connections this program will foster. Student Life has 8 campus teams that promote student engagement. They have offered to adopt our solution and add the student ambassador services to the existing activities of their campus team model. This will allow us to have 80 students participating, each taking 2 to 3 courses, making connections with 16 to 44 peers based on the enrollment capacity of those courses. This gives us an opportunity to reach an average of 6,500 students per semester and over 13,000 students in an academic year. Nearly 1/3 of the population, the student population, will be impacted by these student ambassadors, and this will improve our persistence rates. Implementation is being accomplished with the support of Student Life. The recruitment and training methods are nearly in place, and Student Life will continue to monitor the academic progress and personal growth of the student ambassador participants. The number of students we reach will naturally grow through the opening of additional campuses and through the involvement of new students that were more successful due to their student ambassador connections. Being considerate of our current economic state, we are suggesting minimal promotional items, allowing us to target a 0 to low cost implementation budget. Student ambassadors will need t-shirts, business cards, and Ask Me buttons to be visible to their classmates and to improve their accessibility. To promote and recruit for the student ambassador teams, the student campus flyers and posters can add the student ambassador program information. Whiteboard markers and chalk should be readily available. The timeline. With the assistance of Student Life, we're targeting fall 2013 as the actual implementation date for 8 campuses. Summer 2013 will be used to train the participants and provide them with all of the materials that they'll need. This sets fall 2013 as the first semester with student ambassadors in the classroom ready to assist their peers. Annually, surveys and data collection will be used to determine if the students with student ambassadors in the classroom have a higher persistence rate than the aggregate. In an effort to be green, we chose not to make multiple copies of this PowerPoint presentation, but they are available through Christina Matura. And thank you so much for allowing us to present this project information to you. Thank you.
Good morning. Not yet.
As you were.
Okay, I'm ready. Good morning, buenos dias. I hope everybody's doing well today. We want to thank you all for being here today, this morning. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Gabriela Guerrero. I work with the Human Resources Office at the Highland Business Center. And as you already know, we were divided in 5 different groups and assigned one of the goals for the Student Success Initiative. My group has been working in goal number 2. What is goal number 2? Increase adult and developmental education course progressions to credit courses. But before I continue, I would like to introduce you to the members of my GALT. You may be asking yourself, what is GALT? As I was reviewing my speech last night, I thought to myself, if Dr. Rhodes can have his PLT, I can have my GALT. So, Gabby's Academy leadership team members are Ginger Bennett, interpreter sign language specialist at Riverside Campus; Laura de la Rosa, administrative assistant at South Austin Campus; Alisol Martinez, benefits coordinator at the Highland Business Center; and Enrique Cantu, maintenance technician, South Austin Campus. And yes, Enrique is not a ghost, and I'm not gonna pull him out of my sleeve like magic. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today, but you're gonna see him in the video that we're gonna show for you in a few minutes. And all of us together, we are working for change. Please roll the video.
Thank you, Gabby.
Well, believe it or not, those developmental classes, reading, writing, and math, are what got me to where I'm at right now. I mean, I was able to take those classes and, move up, to a different level of math, reading and math, and the writing. And it really helped me, succeed in it.
You better have any notes.
I am.
Usually what it happens to the process once you get to me.
Well, notes is very hard. So, I mean, if you don't take notes, you're not going to learn. So, what's the point of, getting somebody else's notes?
Well, I think good advice is good. I know those things to the plan, and that way I can, I don't have no trouble later on and work on my credit classes. So, I guess you're right, well. Hey, well, let me just study, man. I don't get out moving on, and I know those, you get the books, man.
All right.
Hey, take care. Good luck, okay?
Let's see you soon.
All right. Take care. Hey, take your seat in mind. We'll find out.
Okay, as soon as this video was uploaded, it went viral. The next thing we know, we got an email from Henry. Hollywood called, gotta go. He had to go to California. The video you've just seen, unfortunately, plays out over and over and over again with our developmental ed students. Sadly, it doesn't always have this kind of happy ending. Working for Change wants to be a part of more happy endings. We had an opportunity to meet with David Borden, who is our Executive Director of Adult Education and also goal leader for our goal number 2. He shared some astonishing numbers with us. As you look at this slide, what you see is a classroom of 24 students going into the very first math course, basic math, in their developmental math sequence. Now, we get down to the final exam, and now we're ready to register and go into the next level, elementary algebra. We are now down 50%. 12 of the original 24 are going on. Now we're ready to go into our third course in the sequence, elementary algebra. Sadly, the number you see here is actually very positive and forward thinking, that only 50%, and I say only, 50% of those 12, we're down to 6, are going to go on to the third level. Actually, it's more like 25%. Then, our final point here, as we are now ready to go into our final course, we've come out of our final course, and now we're going into our initial college level course, college algebra, college math, and so forth. We may only have 3 students. That's it, 3. And it could actually be less. Again, 50%. Often it winds up only being 25. We recognize that as ACC, we are working very hard to change these numbers. We want them higher. We want us all to succeed. And that's what we are working for change to accomplish. Laura?
Thank you, Ginger. As Gabby mentioned earlier, our goal is to increase adult and developmental education course progressions to credit courses. So in doing so, we would like to gather information from non-traditional students to see why and how they did or did not benefit from these developmental classes. So two options that we've come up with are either having the student take a survey or be a part of a focus group. And although surveys are a great resource for gathering this information, I think that the focus group would have more impact. And survey, yes, like I said, as you know, it can be a great resource, but we still want to go with the focus group aspect. And why a focus group? Because we just feel that it would allow the student to be more vocal in providing us with feedback and telling us what they want to accomplish at ACC, and also information can be provided to them right there on the spot. It's a little bit more personalized versus a survey. Alisol?
Included in the red folders we provided to PLT and Stephanie is a timeline and a letter. How are we going to make this happen? We're going to reach out to certain faculty and attempt to gain their support. The way we're going to do that is we're going to send them a letter, a personalized letter, asking for permission. Included in that letter is a timeline of events. We're going to identify students and encourage them to participate in this focus group. We're also going to attempt to gather goodies from our marketing department and the Riverbet to bribe them, or maybe even cookies to ask them to participate. Food always brings participants. Focus group discussion topics. How did the student feel when they first enrolled? How the student felt mid-semester, and how the student feels right before the drop date. Are they going to continue? Are they not? And why aren't they? Is it daycare? Is it transportation? Is it the cost of that book? Is it the cost of the CD that you have to purchase along with the book that's not always used? Who? We have certain criteria. We've looked at students and we've decided to choose the students or attempt to reach out to the students that are over age 25. Students that are enrolled in fall 2013, not only developmental education courses, but specifically the math. This is a timeline. This is our estimated timeline. Dates are not exact, but this just gives faculty an idea of our completion, of how we're going to complete the project. Summer, we're going to begin. Fall. Final day to drop courses, But we are going to attempt to start the focus group or have the focus group right before the drop date, because that's when the tests are occurring, and that's when they're making the decision to drop the course or not. We hope to gather all this information at the end of the semester, and we are going to compile the data and deliver it to David Borden, who's the goal leader. We're going to leave you with some final thoughts.
In closing, we have been presented with the opportunity to put a face to the data so that we can find more effective ways to keep the adult learners in the classroom long enough until they reach their educational goals. So in the words of former President John F. Kennedy, there are risks and costs to a program of action, but they are far less than the long-range risks and costs of comfortable inaction. Thank you. You all have a great day.
I'd like to say something real quick. We had a lot of help from the department, Soon Mertz's area. We want to thank your department for helping us. They also helped us in deciding on a focus group versus another survey.
Okay.
Can we use the one? Are you logged in on another computer?
As we're getting set up here this morning, I'd like to thank you all for being here. We're Goal 3 team. We're the Voltron Accord. We'll explain that momentarily. Everybody is familiar with Voltron, correct? Before Transformers, better than Transformers? Jeff knows what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Flashing.
We'll explain that. So we're going to start off with a quick 2-minute song. We encourage you guys stand up, move around. The words will be on the screen. Join in with us. This is a celebration, so we'll get started here shortly. And by the way, some of you may recognize this song. I will say that if you're familiar with the band, the Lumineers, they stole this song from us. So they just changed the words.
There, it's on. We're on.
Does it work? Yay.
Hey.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Here we go. We'll try it. We got this down pretty well yesterday evening. Christina told us we were pretty good, better than a pack of howling animals. So hopefully just a little bit. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
All right. Ho!
Hey.
Ho!
Hey. Ho.
I've been trying
trying to do it right. Hey, I've been living a lonely life. I've been studying in my bed. Hey, I've been struggling in my head. Studying in my bed. Hey. Hey, so show me ACC. Hey, all the tools that I will need to get A's and B's and C's. Hey, cause I'm planning to succeed. A's and B's and C's. 1, 2, 3. I rely on you, you rely on me. You're my college. I rely on you, you rely on me. You're my school. Hey! Ho! Hey! Ho! And now at ACC, hey, I found the help that I will need to earn successful grades, hey, to keep financial aid, transfer or graduate, hey. I'll find help at ACC. BC. I rely on you, you rely on me. You're my college. I rely on you, you rely on me. You're my school. Hey. Ho. Last one. Hey.
This mic stand. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah? All right, awesome. So, we are SSI Goal 3 team, the Voltron Accord. Where that came from, the first day that we picked our project, and we all decided we gravitated to Goal 3 for our varying reasons. We had this idea that we're from such varying backgrounds. By the way, my name is Zach Dent. I'm an early college start specialist for ACC. I've also done advising, recruitment, worked in the admissions office in my time here, and I will let these lovely ladies introduce themselves as well.
Hello, my name is Margie. My name is Margie LaRoe, and I'm the administrative assistant with the welding, technology, and the jewelry departments at the Riverside campus, and also an adjunct faculty member with welding.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephanie Vermillion. I'm an administrative assistant to Cheryl Richard in Student Life. Happy to be here. Thanks for coming.
My name is Casey Pierce. I am a senior financial aid assistant at the Rio Grande campus.
Hi, I'm Cecilia Galeano. I'm the project coordinator for the electronics department. And one of the reasons why I picked this goal is because I work directly with industry, and one of the things that industry sees is the results of the grades of the students, so it's in my heart.
So as you guys can hear, we come from kind of a pretty wide range of positions, backgrounds here at the college, and so for those of you that are familiar with Voltron, which by the way, party fact here for you guys, just throw this out there, it aired 1 week before the Transformers, so technically it came first. So, with Voltron, if you're unfamiliar, it's a giant robot that's made up by 5 individual pieces, and that's just so happens there are 5 of us. We all have these varying skills, backgrounds, and that's where the idea came from. So our goal was, as you can see, to create a stairway to student success and achieving that goal of C or better. The way that what we were hoping to do, our mission is. All right, so increase completion of all courses with a C or better, bring it in line with the Goal 3. The way we did this was, it's kind of tough following up that last group, they just bagged on surveys, but we did a survey. And I will say, it turned out very well. No hard feelings. So we did a survey. We distributed a survey. We worked with the Office of Institutional Effectiveness and Accountability. Soon is here. Thank you very much for all of your help and your staff's assistance with this. It was open for about a 2-week period because of the time crunch during the month of April. We wanted to get a better idea of what the students did and maybe do not understand about the implications of not earning a C or better, the positive benefits to earning that C or better. And we took those results. We had a couple of meetings with individually with Mike and then also with the Goal 3 team to get some guidance on this project, and I think it helped tremendously. I wasn't available for some of those, so my team carried me on this. I really appreciate their help. But our first step was we wanted to find out what the students know. What do they need? What works for them? So the second step of that was the looking at the results that we got back. The survey was sent to 10% of currently enrolled students for the spring 2013 semester for college credit students. And we did provide them some information about the, Dr. Rhodes, you said you like acronyms, right? About the academic standards of progress and the satisfactory academic progress standards for as they relate to financial aid. And we were really surprised to see some of the answers. Now, we do have some packets of data here that we're going to distribute because I don't think Andy Kim is here, right? We have paper to give out to you all. That's a bad joke, I'm sorry. So some of the highlights from the survey, we found that many of the students were unaware. They just didn't have an idea of what the impacts of not earning that C or better in their courses, whether it was persistence on to the next course the next semester, having to repeat the course, not coming back, whatever it may be. We also found out that though we always talk about the tools that these students have that the college provides for success, supplemental instruction, the learning labs, that they aren't getting that message. They're just unaware of all of these available tools that we are providing to help them succeed in terms of earning successful grades. And then the last thing, one of the last highlights was that they get most of their information from their faculty members and then from the actual ACC website. So our third step was our plan for success. And where's my good buddy Stephen Clifton? Where is he? Steve. What is it that Hannibal from the A-team says? I love it when a plan comes together. That's right, my friend. I love it when a plan comes together. So our plan for success is to, kind of a two-part, is to raise awareness of the benefits, the impacts of the C or better, and then also to promote those available tools, things we're already doing. So in terms of the raising awareness, it shouldn't come as any surprise, right, that the traffic on the ACC website, especially the homepage, spikes prior to classes starting for a given semester and then diminishes off as the semester goes along. So we would propose an awareness banner, something on the ACC website. We would like to have posters placed in all of those high traffic areas where students congregate, whether that be admissions, financial aid office, advising counseling, student life lounges, anywhere that the students will see it. We would like to have this information explicitly put into the top, the orientation program. I think a lot of this, some of it is there, but I don't think it's given its due diligence. I think that was as we went through the orientation individually, that was something that we found was it's there, but it's not really hammered home. And then the last thing, I think this is a really big one that we came up with, especially with having an adjunct faculty on our team, was having it be mandatory that information about supplemental instruction and the learning labs be included in every syllabus for every single course that the college teaches. Right now, it's just an option. Let's mandate that. This is our fun little poster. The benefits here that we talked about: maintaining good academic standing, C or better, qualifying for financial aid, maintaining your financial aid eligibility every semester, meeting that 2.0 and completing 66.7% of your classes. Transferring credits, that's another big one. We talked about looking at some of the public institutions really within our service area and then kind of just outside, where a student may earn a D in a course here at ACC and plan to transfer to Texas State. Texas State may take that D. Now, that same student may have their eyes set on the University of Texas at Austin, and that course will not transfer because it's a D. They won't accept a D. So having that bar set at C or better will guarantee that, all but guarantee that course can transfer for that student. And the last thing is graduate. Get the students in and out successfully C or better in all their courses. And especially as Cecilia pointed out in her introduction, that's something, and especially not just certain electronics and technology fields, but just across the board, employers are looking at grades, GPA more than ever, than they ever have. The tools for success that we can promote as the other half of this, expand, promote the supplemental instruction opportunities. I think we looked at how many courses right now currently are being supported by supplemental instruction. It can be more. And then we promote the learning labs, free tutoring. I remember doing advising, and even now with my early college start students, I beat them over the head about the learning labs. It's free tutoring services. It's unbelievable. And then the last part, this kind of brings it very much in line with what Goal 3 is already doing with the faculty coaching, the faculty support, and creating those learning communities. Our long-term goals, as I said, we would like to have the policy change to make it mandatory to include this information about C or better impacts, the SAP standards, the ASP standards, the supplemental instruction, the learning labs, promote all of it, have it put into the syllabus, especially as, like we mentioned, the students, that's where they're learning about a lot of this stuff is from their faculty, from that document. Last, we'd like to have, for the supplemental instruction, have it be kind of a big celebration. Every fall, every spring, I think as they are currently doing now, they do a training, a large training. Have it also, have it be a party, have it be something fun. Minimal costs there for food and anything else, any giveaways, things we want to provide for them. And then we'd like to see, especially as we're making decisions that are data driven, we would like to reissue the survey in a year, expand it to a larger percentage of students, and then incorporate a focus group as well. That was one thing that we left off and it just kind of kicked up. That's a great idea. Have it be a double-edged sword there. So, I'd like to thank you all for your time. Thank you guys. And one last thing, we have handouts. If the members of the PLT would identify themselves and raise their hand, we have a special one for you.
It doesn't have money in it.
Yes, no money.
Team 3, you left your stuff. You operating the... You saw the video. Students are talking. Are you listening? They're committed. They're motivated. How can we help them start here while getting there? ACC Academy Team Bridge Builders has some ideas. On our team, we have Neelan Durrani, co-leader, Tanil Harris, Marlene Viga, and Mark Collier. Our focus is SSI Goal 4, increased degree, certificate graduates, and transfer rates. One bridge span towards success for our students is a career development center. This is a physical destination for support and encouragement to aid students in bridging to our local industry. Our team refers to this career development center as the Rhodes Gilbert Center. Draw your own conclusions. How does it work? Good question. Increase completion of degrees and certificates by emphasis on their ability to help open doors of opportunity. Increase local enterprise support of paid internships that provide experience and compensation. Emphasize the correlation between higher education courses and application for local commerce. A completed and fully functional Rhodes Gilbert Center will provide assistance to all for job searches, resume writing, mock interviews, and other career assistance bridges. The center will partnership with industry to find, create, and hold those internship positions that will enhance student success.
For every student, finding the right fit for each of their own individual personal interests, skills, and values can be really challenging, especially when they don't even really know themselves. What we do as an institution in providing students the right resources to prepare them for future employment helps the college and the students both to achieve their goals for success. We already know that community colleges, it's mainly non-traditional students who are already dealing with varied ongoing issues. With college support, we can connect students directly with future employers, and with future employers provides students an incentive to stay in school. What we want to focus on is educating and preparing students with a greater purpose, bridging them now while they're at ACC with future employers already anticipating an exciting, ambitious workforce. When we provide students with a way to finance some of their education in positions they personally choose as future employment sites, that makes them more marketable, and the potential there, well, it makes all the difference. What we feel students need are an innovative, collaborative place of excellence where they can be able to transition into their final destination, their future.
Hello, everyone. So, as you can tell from the video, the students are struggling. They want to go to school, they want to finish, but they can't because they're having troubles with either